Well, Ebushafo, welcome. Good morning, be able to Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. What I pay it's a big super duper Sunday. Emma was on Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. Of course, games there, Barcelona, big one, and then at the Old Trafford. Chelsea versus Manchester United, and a lot of things will be going. Of course, my nigga Cacho said 4 p.m. a live watch on Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. And every child, I see we'll be watching the game live. And you can join us, maybe share reactions of Richard when whatever goes on whilst the game's never question, of course, Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. And then Enzo Maresca on pay, and then he's speaking about certain things about setting or prepare for match and any signing money. You will remember. Of course, when subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel, turn on notification in the notification turn, make sure that you do choose all. And of course, share the link as well. God bless you. So I share the link around more for so Enzo Kabi Awasi Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. Let us get straight into the conversation. Awasi. And now, results in PMO English Premier League makes it very important. Say Chelsea results. Because of the results in PMO all across the centers of the English Premier League. A man here very imperative. Say Chelsea fuck and this one. No way. Of course. Say Chelsea in winning the Old Trafford in almost 11 attempts. Losses, any draws and about 5-5 of them or 6-5 of them. Right now, social English Premier League now. Joseph Guardiola echo Bournemouth. Any Bournemouth for Kobo lose by 2-1. In fact, it should have been more for Bournemouth. Excellent goal from Abrante and Antoine Semenyo in the first half. Schedule on Katebo on the back, Emmanuel, ni hold up, or spinning, and a ball one share far post. In the second game, go be in the second half, Abrante and Antoine Semenyo, very important with the ball carried. Carry ball from deep, cuts the ball across, and then gets the job done. And that is quality display for me. Van Elsen, NHS our second goal. Third one, I saw Nankesanka Bournemouth put near third, they didn't come through. But that's the quality of Bournemouth for playing and now add the vitality. Putting Mancity to the sword before and round match now. Now I'm unbeaten. On the 32nd game and I'm unbeaten. 32 match unbeaten run. Spanning as far as last 2 years, October from May 2003 to October 2024. Longest unbeaten runs now. Now on top of the Arsenal with 49 games we are unbeaten. The year winning the English Premier League going unbeaten now. Then Liverpool 44 games unbeaten. Chelsea have a record of 40 games unbeaten. Mancity have a record of 32. Arsenal have 30. And Mancity won another back over here and also 30 games unbeaten. So definitely they wanted to go away to the vitality to get the job done. But then right in front of them was Andoni Areola. So Bekaya, I brought Chelsea call to the Bournemouth stadium. Now Kofu Bebri Ekansem about Chelsea say, oh, Chelsea were lucky. Bournemouth were better on the day. Yes, Bournemouth won a penalty. But Red Sanchez a penalty, Bournemouth will create some quality chances. But that tells you how difficult it is to play at the vitality. And that's now called Macadrobe point. Manchester City are called Macadrobe point. It's only been Chelsea at the vitality in the current top 6. I was saying and an end drop point at the vitality. And that is excellent result in there. If you look at it, of course, Liverpool against Tima, your friend Brighton and Hove Albion in the first half. Brighton and Hove Albion normally lead by a goal to 0. They played some excellent stuff. Control game, dictated the pace of the game. They were spot on. They were excellent in match no more bono. But then again, it got to the point that the experience of Liverpool in the first half, not Liverpool for some control game anymore. But in the second half, they see their possession to Brighton and Hove Albion, and then the chaos born at Liverpool for players now. Accustomed to woman Bono, it came to play and they really turned the game around. And now Makani several times in terms of the best wingers in the English Premier League, wingers will creating XG out of nothing, especially from wide areas. Nobody comes close to our brother friend Mohamed Salah. nobody. In the quality of Kita or boxing, so your chances be sana. He is always going to score it. And look at the difficulty for teams like Liverpool play against Brighton. And then and I saw Chelsea, maybe you need to give a lot of credit to Enzo Maresca. And then look at the scale of job our Chelsea team, going toe to toe with Brighton, getting the win, going away, playing Newcastle, getting the win, playing against Nottingham Forest, not dropping points against them, going away to Bournemouth, beating the vitality, all of them. Chelsea have played some of the most difficult teams in the English Premier League this season. Now, I did about question many club teams. Chelsea have Bournemouth for now. They were quick to get into transitions. They were quick to be able to control the game like that. They were able to manage the game, control it. Now, as a Mancity for never, that's some pressure, that's some how then they quickly get into the transitions and then go and head them. And now our English Premier League, another shocking result, of course, and it's a team the Nottingham Forest back in the top 4 position for the very first time since 1988 in the club's history. This season, unbeaten, currently third on the table, and now almost West Ham United by 3-0. McCann several times said William Lopetegui, he has no place at the top as a top club manager. And Onyadi, he's able to get the best out of even the best players. Mohamed Kudus, Lucas Paqueta, Gerard Bowen, Mikel Antoni, Crescencio Samaville, all of these players now struggle under coach William Lopetegui. And it looks like he said West Ham after some Saki, David Moyes, a former Omoba, and then you're not getting the results in there. And it's worrying for team my friend West Ham United. And now I went on in the Wolverhampton Wanderers, all my favorite managers in Gary O'Neill about 2-2. This time I'll pick a point. In a lot of games about this season, he struggles, almost about good football, but then you don't get a point. And now they were able to pick the points. Good goal from Abrantia fan Nathaniel Shaloba. And then on top of the English Premier League, they're done. Annie Slot. And then on top of the English Premier League, say and slot out 25 points out of a possible 30 points now. Liverpool and slot out 25 points, goal difference 13. Huge one for team my friend in Liverpool. Our Manchester City, about 10 games also, almost 23 points, 2 points away from Liverpool and slot team now. Nottingham Forest, also about 10 games, almost 7 goal difference and 19 points. I was giving him. Arsenal, about 10 games, almost 6 goal difference, almost 18 points. Also matching them. Aston Villa, about 9, and then on the next one, almost 18 points. Chelsea, about a game also inside game, about 9 games now, almost 7 points. And then Aston Villa, any team, your friend Tottenham Hotspur Ebeshia, big one at the new Tottenham Hotspur Sports Stadium, of course. Tottenham Hotspur wants to keep up the heat and then get back into winning ways or English Premier League. Sending over Statiania results to push it up. On my last time out, a good win. Now it's like a big London derby against an old arch rival in team my friend Aston Villa. Can Tottenham Hotspur get the results that they had to get, and can they really go into the game dictating the pace of the game, being solid and then getting results as they're supposed to get, and that is where they will be able to see. But in the grand scheme of things, Nipa, this table, this is more reason in Chelsea, it's in team, your friend Manchester United this week, and at Super Sunday, 4:30 p.m. There are no reasons for Enzo Maresca to initiate team your friend Manchester United, because on your table now, so Chelsea 8 initiate team your friend Manchester United. Chelsea gets 3 points more and goes to 20th. They go and topple Tottenham Hotspur at the 3rd position. The top 3 and then of course Sevilla 8 points and so on. Then Chelsea are going straight to the very top in terms of the top 4. Sevilla did initial and then Chelsea got top 4 for the very first time in a very long time. Chelsea will sit comfortably in the top 4, and the Bayer Juma, Enzo Maresca, and INT going away to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Say Chelsea Hokobo match with a full-fledged squad will be in prior resumes back. And a possible lineup, I'm very certain. So resumes about the left back will be in. Then you are going to get Malo Gusta at right back, who will go into the right half space in there. Then you have Cole Palmer in the left half space. Then of course Pedro Neto, Mihailo Modric, Eni Abrantia, defending Noni Madueke. Then up top in the middle, you get Nicolas Jackson. In the middle of the park, the physicality will come from Abrantia, from Romeo Lavia, Eni Abrantia, a friend of Moises Caicedo, in the birthday. Of course, 2 quality players are on Chelsea, a lot of physicality because of the reward of going to the top 4 for the very first time in a long time into Chelsea. Into means slack or Samachi. Enzo Maresca Kasa, he spoke about the game preparation towards that match against Manchester United and the plans of making sure say obeying the results against Manchester United. He spoke about one, the fact that Ruud van Nistelrooy and down from normal days and Malaga time no more again. We spoke about the fact that time and only Ruud van Nistelrooy on Ruud and yet any indication be also be coach no matter or be football coach he really know about and down for the past 1 week in the Kasai because of the game I had to stake on prepared to us now. But to be sure no Old Trafford, he will give him a big hug. According to Enzo Maresca. Now, Enra, some information before we go by. I think that at the back Enzo Maresca, a video analysis. I think that he does a lot of video analytical job in terms of game preparation. Because according to Kegel said yesterday on the Chelsea system, in terms of the breaking news, and he said in the game against Newcastle, Chelsea in win, they said Joel Linton will be asked to man Cole Palmer. Instead of shifting Cole Palmer from a nominal right hand space to the left hand space. Now I don't know how much of the game are, and then we see Enzo Maresca. One of the things he's saying, and he said, watching Ruud van Nistelrooy games against PSV. And I watched Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag, and of course the game against Leicester City. And as when he said, team AI a little bit distinct, some solid ways on some and was shown a lot of the tips. And I think that Enzo Maresca, some of the best analysis here is when he watch via the eye test, and maybe the data guys will bring the data set for him to compare and then see if he can make proper conclusions as to what he wants to do. One of the things that Enzo Maresca kind of said, he has made sure say this game are all valuable against Manchester United. No, we could do a lot of the tactical analysis in terms of videos and saying no pay from the players what he wants to see from them on the ball, off the ball. I think that and then one of the things that will probably play into the hands of Chelsea, and he said, so Manchester United take the bait, not so more pressing Chelsea. So watch Manchester United sometimes in certain games, almost a game. And I think that that's going to be the game plan. They won't press Chelsea. I don't think they will press. Yes, the pressure at home, say, into pressing. But on out of possession shape, playing the best. Almost pressing Chelsea. Chelsea will find ways and heads them. Just space quick. Chelsea heads them in transitions. Quick attacks, cutting the ball back, and then annihilating Manchester United. By the end of the first half, the game will be ended in favor of Chelsea. And that's when they press Chelsea aggressive and high. So almost sitting mid, almost sitting low. Not someone allowing Chelsea forever. And they come towards them. And then they make the game difficult. And then they would want to unleash Garnacho, more any Abrante and Marcus Rashford on the flanks. Yes, they would want to use Abrante and Rasmus Hojlund as the outlet or the holder player. So when to me call long sometimes team. Say they have Bruno Fernandes, Shimo, any Abrante and Casemiro and all Lugatti next to them will pick up the pieces in there. So they will not particularly control the game. They will be more transitional. They will sit back. They will allow Chelsea to have the ball. Then they'll get a Jordan. But immediately Ruud van Nistelrooy made a mistake. No match will come with a high press, aggressive press. Chelsea will end the match in the first half because the quality of Chelsea, the best transitional team, the last time the data nature, very quick in between the lines, very quick in terms of transitions. They build up, not see one of the best. And if you press them too aggressively, you are in trouble. But I think that Enzo Maresca said he has watched them. One of the things I've seen this season is that Chelsea, if we halftime, maybe are able to tweak something. What are they going to tweak? Are they effective enough to get a goal? And consistently, Chelsea seems to be getting goals after halftime. And how is it going to be like this time? I wish that because a derby game, I feel Chelsea should be able to go into the first half having maximum control of the game, knowing say more goals, more ball possession, more territorial dominance, more zonal occupation in almost every part of the pitch, so that they can go into the game knowing say more winning match. And yes, that's Manchester United a growing confidence. Normal game the game, and then you struggle to get a foothold of the game because ball and then you say so okay, do maybe I guess okay fine. Let's just take a draw. Then we'll wait for them at the Stamford Bridge. I think that from the fan perspective, from where Chelsea are coming from how good Chelsea beat Mabobon. The last time Chelsea go Old Trafford when you win was a one-man, one-matter goal in 2013. And actually, like I said, it has kept long. Just one-man, one-matter. And it's just a solitary goal. Chelsea winning our match against Manchester United at the Old Trafford. So the tensions are high. Chelsea said they had to do something huge. But again, this whole week, teams and people are beginning to break records. I don't want to mention teams now. They're beginning to get to that. One thing that is very, very important, and he said, so watch Manchester United. Only a resolute side, only a solid side in terms of personality. More good players in the late Leandro Martinez. Only a solid players, good in themselves. How good they can be in a structure, they are yet to get to that point. Andre Onana, excellent ball playing goalkeeper. And apart from all of that, that's the quality United team on both field with a new manager bounce. But with respect to Chelsea projects, any of fans, anyhow Chelsea can go from here. And let me hear an analogy about how a lot of the teams are or English Premier League in Europe will probably have it in their minds that Chelsea team will be team bully. Someone team and share and as one down when I say United show because they've not done the job against Mancity, they've not done the job against Liverpool, and they're going to play against the Manchester United team away. You can't afford to do that 3 times in a bounce this season. Results. You need to get results. You need to play well. You need to control games. You need to be able to impose yourself in matches. So you're ready to be counted. I think that in terms of galvanizing, say Chelsea to me, you know what it's going to be a win about galvanizing Chelsea fans for them to really believe in the project. I believe maybe the Chelsea to me but draw crowd, baby. Don't be too worried. Say Chelsea to me also, baby. Don't be too worried because they know some team not away at Old Trafford, the dreaded grounds. I check since the Chelsea got share of them to get the results there. I want to be surprised that Chelsea will go away to Old Trafford because on all levels it brings huge positivity to Chelsea. For Manchester United, when a new manager, they'll wait for Mourinho to come and he'll kickstart it. Around that time they can really prepare and get a job done. Mind you, after international break, Mourinho being 14 days as Manchester United to do a new pre-season with the players we're planning very well until the games do start after the November international and final international break. That's something that we are expecting to see our Manchester United game, and of course, and then there is a huge one also in the Spanish La Liga. Team my friend FC Barcelona is going to play again in a local derby against RCD Espanyol. A local derby after several national derby. Now we're a local derby against Espanyol. Espanyol is a solid side. Any team if you play against Espanyol in that derby, they make it difficult sometimes for FC Barcelona. And Barca are going to go into it knowing said they had to get a job done. In Samachi, I think that the biggest worry for Hansi Flick is going to be the starting lineup because almost everybody is back. I mean, Pedri, Gavi, Omo, Fermin Lopez, Benfica, Marc Casado, Frankie de Jong. The midfield depth in quality, for everybody. And then they have to go and look at how best they can win that game against Tima, their friend Espanyol. Maybe can catch on now. 700 match, and Maso, and it won't come on this weekend because of the storms and flood in Valencia. And our thoughts go to everybody all Valencia, of course. And then there is huge ones also in the Italian Serie A. Napoli, Antonio Conte, Napoli at Nefi at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium in Naples, against Bergamo. In Atlanta, Bergamo, huge side. I mean, Gian Piero Gasperini, man-for-man press versus Antonio Conte. The 4-3-3 variations with using McTominay as a box crusher and a deep line playmaker and a branch friend Stanislav Lobotka. I think it's going to be a huge and mammoth clash for both sides. Our Italian Serie and also for a place at the very top. Mind you, say team my friend Internazionale Milan. That's where we game out some ball. They want to get a win and run. Roma Super Bowl, Lazio, Bowl. These are all important games because in the Italian Serie A. And in terms of the Italian Serie A table, a very, very keenly contested and easy. Almost all of the teams are all top one have a chance. Antonio Conte unbeaten since the first day of the season. And this is a difficult one for him to go on and then go and get the results. Metier, a lot of the conversation from Barca players, not from Hansi Flick, more any other. Uti Alan Shearer and was in a prediction for Chelsea Manchester. I say it's going to be a tough one to call. Probably, go for a score draw. I fancy both teams to score because both teams improved defensively and added a detail to a new manager in a dugout to Old Trafford for the first in the Premier League. Whether that's Rubin or Rude means Manchester United can get something out of this game. Arsenal, and I forgot to mention they went away to Newcastle and match. If Arsenal able to win the Premier League, you have to try to overturn the largest points gap at the top 7 points. At this stage this season, Arsenal, biggest points gap over 10 after 10 Premier League games. Manchester United, 6. Manchester City, 6. At Manchester City, 6. A lot of games. There's some over 10, 7 points difference as at this point in time. They have not done it in their history before. That game away to Newcastle was a difficult one for them. And then, of course, Eddie Howe did come up top in there, making sure that Obina Sawi, what am I was talking about Abrante friend Momo Salah, 132 goal contribution in the Premier League, the best African player ever in the history of the English Premier League, undoubted. Top player, 132 goal contributions in the English Premier League. What a player. Ruud van Nistelrooy talking to Sky. I say he feels strong, feels the desire for the club. Obviously, Manchester United on him. Even as assistant company, he will stay there and then help Manchester United. We want to see how that means, what that means if Ruben Bar or whatever head assistant and he's going to be there with him and we want to see what's going to be. So he enjoys it up at Manchester United. He wants to be there and he wants that to continue at Manchester United. We want to see how all of that pans out. But of course, and then at 4 p.m. we'll bring you the live, me and Richard live. Our YouTube. I say watching Manchester United versus Chelsea, live reactions. And right after that, maybe the post-match analysis, bro. I was on Fiifi Manfred. So subscribe to the channel and subscribe. Turn on notification in the notification turning, which is all. Until then, Michelle, take care. Take good care of yourself. Make sure to watch your home. We will be back. Bye.